You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome along. We're going to cut through some of the noise around recent cybersecurity news today and really pull out the important stuff. The aim is to give you a quick but still pretty thorough look at what's happening, maybe even some things you haven't thought about.
Exactly. We'll be touching on some, well, frankly, enormous data breaches affecting everyday people, patients, then shifting to how attackers are getting really clever hiding malware. And we've actually got some good news, too, about secure software. It's all stuff that's, pretty crucial to understand these days.
Okay, so let's unpack this first one. The Co-op, the big UK retailer. They've just revealed hackers got away with all 6.5 million customer records. I mean, every single one. Names, addresses, contact info, all up there. What's the bigger picture when attackers get that much data on everyone?
Well, that's where it gets really concerning. It's not just about individual identity theft anymore, though that's obviously a risk. With data sets that large, attackers can craft these incredibly convincing, hyper-personalized phishing scams. They know so much about you, it's almost impossible to tell if an email or message is fake.
Scary stuff.
And then, almost back-to-back, we heard about Episource. They're part of UnitedHealth, a ransomware attack that exposed records for 5.4 million patients. We're talking medical details, diagnoses, insurance info.
Wow. And wasn't UnitedHealth hit hard just last year?
That's right. This is their second major incident in, just over a year. It really highlights how targeting these third-party providers can create this chain reaction of vulnerability across healthcare.
And sometimes the vulnerability is, well, almost embarrassingly simple, right? Like the Fitify app issue.
Oh, yeah.
The 138,000 progress photos leaked. Often people in, minimal workout gear.
Yeah.
And why? An unsecured Google Cloud bucket, just open, no password needed. The sensitivity of that data just left accessible like that. It's kind of staggering.
It really is. And those breaches show the outcome. But how are attackers actually pulling this off? Some of the methods are incredibly sneaky, like hiding malware inside DNS records, specifically TXT records.
Okay, explain that. How does that work?
Well, think about DNS. It's mostly used for looking up website addresses, right? So a lot of security systems don't monitor that traffic as closely as, say, web browsing or email. It's a bit of a blind spot. Attackers exploit this. They take their malicious code, convert it, chop it up, and hide little pieces inside these TXT records across different domains. Defenses often just aren't looking for malware there.
So hiding in plain sight, basically.
Pretty much. It's like using regular mail envelopes to smuggle tiny illegal items because nobody expects to find them there.
Right. And speaking of overlooked risks, home routers seem to be a constant target, too.
Absolutely. Hackers love them. They can turn your router into a residential proxy using your internet connection to hide their own nasty activities. Or they become command and control points for botnets or launching pads for other attacks. We saw this with recent ASUS router breaches. Sometimes backdoors persist even after updates, often starting with simple things like default passwords not being changed.
So what are the absolute must-dos for securing your home router then?
Okay, the fundamentals are key. First, disable remote management features like WAN access and SSH unless you absolutely know you need them and know how to secure them. These let people access settings from outside your home, change the default admin password immediately, enable automatic firmware updates, super important, and, just occasionally log in and check the settings yourself, see if anything looks weird or unauthorized. Simple steps, but vital.
It does feel a bit like an arms race sometimes with all these threats, but there is progress on the defense side too, isn't there? You mentioned some good news, something about the Go programming language. How does that actually help, like, the apps we use every day?
Yeah, this is actually quite significant. Go version 1.24 now has native support for FIPS 140-3 compliance built right into its standard library.
FIPS 140-3, that's a security standard.
Exactly. It's a very rigorous U.S. government standard for cryptographic modules, basically, how encryption should be done securely. Before, Go developers often had to rely on third-party libraries, sometimes unsupported ones, to meet the standard. Now it's built in, seamless. This makes it much easier and safer for developers to build really trustworthy apps, especially for things like finance, healthcare, critical systems, where that high level of validated security is essential. It could really boost security across the board.
So it's this constant back and forth then. We see these massive breaches, these clever new attack methods, but also real steps forward in building more secure systems from the ground up.
That's the landscape, yes. Attackers innovate, defenders respond, technology evolves. Understanding both sides of that equation is, well, it's an ongoing process. There's always more to learn, which is why staying informed is so important for everyone, not just the tech experts. You have to keep connecting the dots.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us to explore these latest developments. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and stay safe out there.
Spoken Tech for your ears.